Hey there, welcome to the series on React.js projects. So if you are a beginner who just started learning React.js and who want to build some cool projects on React.js, then this series is built for you. In this series, we are going to build some amazing React.js projects. So stay tuned with all the videos in this series. My name is Rishikesh and I'm going to be the instructor of this series. So I'm really excited to build some amazing projects with you. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss with you the prerequisites for this course, for this series, and then we are also going to do some basic setup that is required to build the amazing React.js project. Let's quickly get started. So let's first discuss about the prerequisites of this series. So the first thing that you should know before jumping on to the next videos of this series is HTML and CSS. Okay, so if you want to build React.js projects, then knowledge of HTML and CSS is kind of required. So it's okay if you don't know very advanced concepts of HTML and CSS, that is fine, but the basic knowledge is required. Okay, then the next thing that is very much required is JavaScript. Okay, React.js is a JavaScript library, that's why knowledge of JavaScript is required for this series. Okay, and the last and the most important thing is React.js itself. So as we are going to build projects in React.js, so you should know React.js, you should have basic knowledge of React.js, you should know what is React.js, how state and props works in React.js, how to build components in React.js. So all those basic things that you should know. Okay, now if you are someone who don't know JavaScript, let's say, or who don't know React.js and accidentally came to this video, then what I recommend you is you first go to the links that I'll be giving you in the description and then start learning JavaScript, start learning React.js. Once you feel you are comfortable with JavaScript and React.js, then you can come back to this series and start building projects with me. All right, now let's go to the next part of this video, the setup. This is very important. All right, now let's understand what setup we need to do in order to start building the React.js project. So the first important thing that we should have on our machine is Node.js. All right, then the next thing that we need to have is NPM, which is Node Package Manager. Third thing that we should have is npx, which is Node Package Executor. All right, and the final thing is VS Code, which is an IDE. All right, so we need these four things in order to make our React.js project works. First thing is Node.js, second thing is npm, third thing is npx, fourth thing is VS Code. Okay, now in order to make React.js project, we need to have Node.js installed on our machine. So Node.js is like a requirement for React.js. All right, so that's why we need to have Node.js installed on our machine. Then the second thing, which is npm. So npm is nothing but Node Package Manager. So in order to install some packages, in order to install some dependencies, in order to install some libraries, we need this package manager, which is npm. All right, Node Package Manager. That's why it is required. All right, and usually what happens is whenever you install Node.js on your machine, by default npm also gets installed, so it comes free with Node.js. All right, and the next thing is npx. Now what is npx? Npx is basically Node Package Executor. Okay, so the role of this npx is to execute some Node package. So we are going to use some packages which we need to execute, and for that npx is going to help us. And the next and last thing, which is very important, is the IDE. All right, and for this entire series, or usually for building React.js projects or Node.js JavaScript based project, it is recommended to use VS Code. So if you have something else as your favorite IDE, you can continue with that. All right, there is no issue with that, but I will recommend you to use VS Code as the IDE. So let's quickly check if you have all these four things installed on your machine. If you're missing anything from these four things, what I'll be doing is in the description I'll be giving instruction for doing the installation for all these four things. All right, so you can follow those steps in order to install, let's say, Node.js or npm or npx or VS Code. Now let's quickly check if we have Node.js installed on our machine. What I'll do is I'll go to terminal. Now let's check whether we have Node.js installed on our machine. So in order to check whether we have Node.js, we just need to fire this command, node space -- version. So if we have Node.js installed on our machine, then it will give us this output, which is version of the Node.js that we have on our machine. All right, again, if you don't get this output, if you get something as error output, then what you can do is you can follow the instructions to install Node.js on your machine. I'll be adding that instruction in the description. Okay, so go check description out. Then let's check whether we have npm installed. So again, we'll fire the same command, npm -- version. So this will check whether we have npm installed, and finally we'll check whether we have npx installed. So we'll fire npx space hyphen hyphen version. So you can see we have npm as well as npx installed, and we also have Node.js installed, and I also have VS Code installed on my machine. So this is the setup that we need to do in order to build React.js project. Alright, now in the next video what we are going to do is we are going to build a simple app, the beginner level app, very first beginner level app. So see you in the next video.